All right, good morning. Welcome everyone to the Strategic Planning, Technology, and Transportation meeting. It is April 24th at 8:03, and I'd like to call this meeting to order. First on the agenda is motion to approve the agenda.
Motion to approve the agenda.
Oh, second.
All in favor?
Aye.
All right, next up we have approval of the last meeting's minutes. Looking for a motion to approve those.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All right, up next, we have a request to change Parkwood Middle School mascot to align with Parkwood High School. Ms. Morris?
Yes, good morning, members of the committee. As you can see in your materials, the Parkwood Middle School principal has submitted a request to change the mascot from the Bears to the Wolfpack. They would like to do this to align with the high school, and what he says is create cohesion within the community under one mascot. They have gone through the process. They did a student survey and school level committees, which include principal, teacher, parent, student, members of the community, and 3 members of site-based. And they have identified the people who are on that committee. And this is the recommendation. They would ask that this go for approval at the May meeting of the Board of Education. And I can try and answer any questions that you may have.
Yeah, so my first question is financially, what does this look like?
This would, because it's unlike when the high school changed their mascot and that was thrust upon them by the board. So the board provided some financial resources to make those changes. This would be the responsibility of the school and to phase this in as they can afford to do so.
So it does not impact any of our budget line items?
It would not.
No financial responsibility for the board?
Any uniforms and stuff like that, they've been kind of transitioning over the past few years, so not putting any Bears or anything on there. It's just Parkwood Middle. I think any logo like the gym floor doesn't have Bears or anything like that. So I think it's very minimal. There's only like a few signs that I know about that would need to be changed, or they could leave them up for right now.
Ms. Morris, do we know that for certain?
That's the discussion that I've had with the school, that they are going to be phasing it in at their responsibility, is the discussion I've had with staff here in central office.
And with us being responsible for middle school athletics, that we're not seeing anything with regards to uniforms that's all of a sudden going to be an urgent need?
No, I mean, it would be, as we're phasing in middle school athletics, if we're purchasing uniforms in the other locations, it would be the same process.
But to Matt's point, there's nothing out there that currently reads Bears that all of a sudden we're gonna.
I don't know that for certain. That would be the school's responsibility though to fix.
I know they've been working on this for at least 4 to 5 years to transfer it over, even with the previous principal that was there. That's one thing that she wanted to do, and they've been very strategic about how they do stuff when they purchase new items and stuff like that.
Any other questions? All right, I'll entertain a motion.
So moved.
Second.
Is this to approve?
This would be to send it to the board for approval.
Send it
Right.
to the board, yeah.
Okay, so I have a motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All right, passes 4-0.
Thank you.
Next up, we have Colin Moore and Brian Joyner for a transportation update.
Thank you, sir. We appreciate you letting us give you a little update on transportation. I'm going to kick it over to Mr. Joyner, our transportation director, and let him give you a little PowerPoint presentation about just a little update with where we are on transportation right now.
Hey, good morning, everyone. I'm going to share my screen here. You guys should be able to see the PowerPoint. Is that correct?
Yes, we do.
All right, hope everyone's doing well. Just want to give you a quick update on where we're at, staffing wise, and we currently have 203 routed buses. Our vacancies for those 203 buses, we have 13 vacancies and 8 drivers on leave. In order for us to, the total number of buses we would need to return to normal daily operations where we would have minimal double runs, we estimate would be around 250 buses. And in order to get to that point, plus subs, we would need to fill about 79 total vacancies. And then so that way we can start adding those buses back. Let's see. Staffing update continued here since July 1st of 2023. We have had 37 licensed driver applicants, 141 bus driver trainee applicants, and the total number that have been hired out of that who have successfully completed the training is 37. And we've had 40 resignations from bus drivers, and you can see on the right side the different breakdowns of the reasons why when they resigned. All right, just a little fleet information for you. We currently have 307 yellow buses assigned in our fleet. 203 of those are routed. Last school year, we had 213 routed, so we were able to trim some more off. We have 37 spare buses that are designated by DPI, and right now we currently have 62 non-routed parked buses. And those buses may be used as spare buses or put back out on routes if necessary. Say we have one that's wrecked, or possibly another county could come grab them if they need them. We have 50 bus credits with DPI and 17 yellow buses that we have that will soon be sold. They're designated to be sold.
What is a bus credit?
So if, let's say we needed to add buses to the road and we do not have any parked buses to add back, instead of purchasing a bus, we could turn in a bus credit and DPI would provide us with the bus so the county would not have to purchase the bus. We would just have one transferred in.
Great.
So. All right, so we did place our 2023-2024 bus order. We have 22 active buses that are eligible for replacement going into next school year. So 7 of those 22 buses are lift buses that will need to be replaced with new equipment. We've chosen to go with 3 of the 7 lift buses to be propane powered. We've been fairly pleased with the 5 propane buses we have now. So we've opted, the state covered the additional cost for the propane. So we're going to venture out and expand the fleet by 3 more. 15 of the buses will be self-replaced. So the 62 buses that I mentioned earlier that were parked, instead of ordering new regular buses, the state is doing what they consider self-replacement. When buses are up for replacement, then we pull the parked buses, we put them back in regular running status, and we're going to go through all of our parked buses instead of getting new full-size buses. The lift buses, we don't have any parked lift buses, so that's why we're needing the replacement for those. One thing that I'm very excited about, and it's going to be great for safety. All of the new buses come equipped with illuminated stop arms and signage. It's now standard new equipment. You may have seen them on the road. If you're out early, you can tell the biggest difference during the when it's dark outside. I snapped a picture I wanted to show you guys of one of the buses that was leaving the lot. This is by First Light. It's become standard on all new buses. The whole stop sign is illuminated, and the front and back signage on the top of the bus is also illuminated. The visibility of these buses is incredible at night. So we're really hoping that cuts back on our stop arm violations. It's exciting to me. It's anything the safety that they're willing to include on the buses is a big win for us. So if you're ever out and about near the garage early in the mornings, please come by. We'd love to show you some stuff anytime, really, show you what we have. So
Hey, Brian,
yes.
With the illuminated, are we still doing the extended stop arms?
So we do have some extended stop arms. We have not ordered any additional. The extended stop arms, they work well and we like them, but there was a grant that we applied for to switch over to the illuminated for some of the buses. So we're receiving, I believe it's 10 systems that will be illuminated. We'll be switching just the signage. So we do have about 20, I believe it's 25, Mr. Hams, of the extended stop arms.
Okay.
How far out do those go?
I'm wanting to say it's about 4 feet.
Okay.
The bus credits, do we get like so many allotted every year, or how does that work?
No, so for instance, this year we have, so in order for a bus to be replaced, it has to meet certain criteria. It has to be within so many years old and run so many miles, but it has to be routed. So we've got, for instance, this coming year, we have a couple buses that are parked that need serious work, but they're aging out. So this year they'll hit 20 years, and it would not be cost effective to put the money into those to get them back on the road. So instead of the state replacing them, we'll turn those 2 or 3 buses in that we have, and they'll give us a credit for it. So they don't have, we can opt out of getting a new bus and say, we'll just take the credit.
Gotcha. Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. Any other questions for me?
What's ridership look like?
Our last count was in the fall. I believe it was right at 21,000. I can get you that exact number.
Are you
I'll
seeing
send that.
more in the afternoon than in the morning, or?
Yes. Yes,
Okay.
our afternoons are quite heavier.
And what's our, like, do you have, maybe in the next update, if you could give us a look at what the schedules look like, what our earliest pickup time is for elementary school, what our latest drop-off time is. I'm just concerned. I mean, I know we're doing everything we can to hire bus drivers and get more buses on the road.
Mhm.
But I would just like to see what those schedules look like and how you're navigating this with double routes and things like that. So
Absolutely, we can do that. I'll have that information for you next month.
great.
Yep.
Hey, I got one more question about the bus credits.
Sure.
Do those expire or can we bank those?
No, we just bank them.
Okay.
Yeah, some of them are, I mean, from years ago. So we haven't had to add to the fleet in quite some time.
Okay.
So they never go away.
I know a lot of our schools, you're advertising for bus drivers. How do we compare to some of the neighboring counties? Do you happen to know?
As far as pay goes, or as far as
Pay and
staffing,
open positions and things like that.
we have very competitive pay. We're starting out now at 17.85. That's the starting rate for a licensed bus driver. The other counties, CMS does pay a little bit more, but we're leading. I believe we're number 2 around
Okay.
versus Cabarrus, Stanley, Hanson. Everybody's still struggling with the shortage. I don't know of any of them that are fully staffed. I talk to some of them quite frequently, so we're all in the same boat, it seems.
All right. Any
All
other
right.
questions? No, we'll appreciate the update.
Absolutely.
All right. Next up is information to be taken to the full board. We will take the approval of the mascot for Parkwood Middle School. And up next, I look for a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye.